Hi everybody, Robin here, back again with more news. Porsche recently revealed the 992.2 generation 2025 911 GT3 and GT3 Touring. And, of course, it includes some improvements, which I will go over in just a moment, but its continued existence in today's world, and the fact that it largely hangs on to its original identity, which Porsche first established 25 years ago, is, in many ways, the real news. But first, let's cover this new GT3 and start with the powertrain. At first glance, it looks like Porsche just carried on with its rev-crazy, still revs to 9,000 RPM, naturally aspirated 4-liter flat-six engine. After all, you still get the same 502 peak horsepower. But you actually lose 15 pound-feet of torque for the 992.2, 331 pound-feet as opposed to 346. This gets to why I'm so impressed that the GT3 remains as similar as it does. Because the GT3 had to adapt to meet much stricter exhaust regulations. To keep the naturally aspirated 4-liter flat-six legal, it now has 2 particulate filters and 4 catalytic converters. Porsche also revised the cylinder heads, played with the butterfly valves in the individual throttle bodies, and improved oil cooling. Engineers compensated for the 4.5% loss in peak torque, at least partially, by shortening the final drive ratio by 8%, slightly improving torque multiplication in the process. And that's for both transmissions. You still choose between a 7-speed PDK or a 6-speed manual transmission. If you go with a PDK, you'll hit 60 miles an hour from rest in just 3.2 seconds. The manual transmission needs 3.7 seconds to do the same, but the manual does have the PDK beat when it comes to top speed. It hits 195 miles an hour, whereas the PDK only manages 193 only. Moving on to the chassis, the 992.1 made a huge change by switching to a double wishbone front suspension. The 992.2 chassis makes more evolutionary improvements. First of all, the front ball joint of the lower control arm sits lower than before, which aids in an anti-dive suspension geometry, and that helps keep the body level under braking. It also receives teardrop-shaped trailing links for the control arm suspension, which will slightly increase downforce. Porsche installed 255/35ZR 20-inch tires in front and 315/30ZR 21s in the rear. And if you want, you can buy ultra-performance, but still street-legal, tires for the GT3. Designers also tweaked the look of the GT3. It gets a new front diffuser, front spoiler lip, and underbody air guides, which Porsche says will also increase downforce. Not for downforce, but Porsche also redesigned the Matrix LED headlights. In the rear, designers tweaked the diffuser, the air inlets, and the end plates of the rear wing as well. Of course, every GT3 needs to go on a diet, and the 992.2 is no exception. You get new lightweight aluminum wheels, and the set reduces unsprung mass by 3.3 pounds. You also get a new lithium-ion battery, and that saves another 9.9 pounds. Inside, you do get a digital instrument cluster and center display, of course, but you also get a rotary switch for the ignition. No push-button start here. As for seating, Porsche will install 18-way adaptive sport seats plus, but you can optionally choose carbon fiber reinforced plastic bucket seats to save a few pounds. Despite being made from carbon fiber, the seat backs do still fold and they are heated. Or take lightweighting to a whole nother level and order the YSOC package, which is available on the GT3 for the first time. With it, you get carbon fiber reinforced plastic anti-roll bar, coupling rods, and shear panels for the rear axle. You also get carbon fiber reinforced plastic for the roof, rear wing end plates, top half of the side view mirror covers, door handles, and a few other pieces. You also get leather and race text material used more generously in the interior. Porsche also offers magnesium wheels, which will shave another 20 pounds off the weight of the car. If all of this sounds great, except for the rear wing, Porsche did simultaneously release the GT3 Touring. It loses the rear wing and gets a less motorsport, more luxury themed interior. In fact, Porsche will even install rear seats in the GT3 Touring if you wish. And if you want to give the Touring similar treatment to the Weissach package, Porsche offers something called the lightweight package, which compromises the forged aluminum wheels, liberal use of carbon fiber reinforced plastic throughout, and the shortened 911 ST gear lever. Finally, a plaque that says licked bow or lightweight construction, according to Google Translate. The GT3 and GT3 Touring are available to order at the end of this year, with expectations of it arriving at dealerships in the middle of 2025. How much? Please sit down. The 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 starts at $224,495. So there's the new car. It looks phenomenal and expensive. But there's more to talk about, because it's not just about the car itself, but what it stands for. The GT3 is the purest definition of an enthusiast car. It's the ultimate connection between human and machine. For the extremely lucky few that can afford one, it offers a bridge between road car and race car reflexes, but does so in an unintimidating way. That's its magic. You can feel the limit in a GT3. As you approach it, reach it, even edge past it, you do so without ever feeling like you might lose control in the process. It's never twitchy or unnerving. It is astonishingly quick, sticks to the road like glue, reacts to your inputs like a flash, yet also delivers constant communication back to you about how its tires are handling the road. In my career, I've been lucky enough to experience the GT3 since the 991.1 generation arrived and won the 2015 Road & Track Performance Car of the Year award. I fell in love all over again when I got the chance to drive the 991.2 GT3 RS in my Auto Week days. And then, once again, when the revolutionary 992.1 arrived for me to put together a review. The sonorous engine revving and revving all the way to 9,000 RPM. The butt-scraping seat position and the neck-straining grip. It's all mega. And here we are, 25 years after Porsche first introduced the GT3 at the 1999 Geneva Auto Show, looking at yet another new one. In the era of ever stricter rules against emissions and the proliferation of electric propulsion, I am endlessly grateful that this particular naturally aspirated masterpiece still gets to sing. I'm Robin Warner. Thank you very much for watching.